Good morning traders, it's Yanis here from Nikos Trading Academy and welcome to another weekly Forex forecast. 8th of July today. Let's see what kind of pairs we can follow. I have chosen 10 of them, starting with GBP USD. I know on my weekly chart, of course, that I have a very powerful support area here. Price is short, and of course, as you can see, my previous resistance and support area, it's now broken, so I know how far short I can go. I of course switch to my daily chart. I see a really nice daily retracement verifying my trend continuation, and in this case now either you go for a 4-hour retracement, which we didn't have something nice, or wait for another daily retracement and combine that with a 4-hour entry, which can give you at least 300, almost 400 pips. Now on GBP CHF we have something that looks really nice. A very powerful support area here is holding, so we already have the reaction, a steep movement, and the first thing that comes to mind is a bounce. Before, when price reached this area, it went for 900 pips, and you can see some spikes, so we are not in a hurry to go short, but we need to focus on lower settings to go long. Price has the potential to go a little bit lower, but these are also spikes with a reaction. So I think it's worth following a bounce long scenario. You can see here price is struggling, and even with a 4-hour entry you can see that price is kind of a rangy. So you can go with a more conservative approach as long as your trend line breaks and you get a 1, 2, 3 to go long. You will see also that this is a really big movement, 870 pips. The same of course applies if price continues. It doesn't matter if price continues going short. You could combine also an entry with this wedge to go short with lower settings for 100 pips, but still having in mind that this is a really big powerful support area, so I think it's worth our attention. On CHF yen I can see also another powerful downtrend. I have my my highs, lower highs, and price has already reacted on this powerful support area. Same scenario applies here. Of course, price can go short even further down. Nothing is for certain. Never try to guess anything. Just watch what the price is doing and act accordingly. Now, on this case, if I go to my daily, I see that I have a daily trendline break after the reaction, which has given me higher lows. I have the crossover and a very powerful 1, 2, 3. And of course, again, it's a good opportunity, being that close to a major support area, to go long. You know the rules, you know how you can do it. This is 240 pips to go. Of course, you can combine it with a lower settings entry as long as you get your daily 2 to 3 line break. Same scenario on New Zealand dollar CAD. A very powerful support area is respected. Price is exactly there, and next best scenario if price continues short is this one. Daily also respects my trend line. Same approach. You can use a breakout strategy on this daily wedge. Support area is holding and trend line is respected. I have highs, lower highs. Everything comes down to this point. You can always focus on lower settings and set some pending orders, or as I said, wait for this area. On my daily chart, I can see how powerful and strong my my trend line resisting. So again, if I see price moving higher and then going lower again, breaking this area, I have a reason to go short. Not yet. So I am on a big wedge. It would be perfect if my trend line breaks for me to go long, because I know that for several days, or if you want to weeks, price respects this area. So again, everything comes down to this point. So focus on the support at hand. What about USD yen? I draw, of course, my support and resistance levels. This is it. I have also very powerful resistance, and on my daily I have this. As long as my combined resistance area from 36 EMA and horizontal resistance area is holding, the only thing missing is my 2 to 3 line break. This is a zone of 300 pips, and I would love to go short. What you can do is even focus on a 4-hour retracement, go long for 50 pips, even with a combination on lower settings, M15 if you want to go. And the main scenario would be waiting for this 4-hour trend line to break to go short, waiting with a 1-hour setup. You already know how we do that. Main direction is short, and I would love to see my 2 to 3 line breaking on my daily chart. On my CAD yen, I have multiple bottoms here. Price has already found that support area and is retracing. And on my daily chart, what I have is this reaction. You can see my false breakout on the daily, higher, low. I even had a daily trend line here with a crossover. If price reacts here and gives me a nice 1 to 3, the only thing would miss would be my 36 EMA to continue holding, and I'm focusing long. I have the crossover, everything is looking good. If price continues, then I would wait for another 1 to 3 above this area, and then I would have a major trend line broken with my crossover and a 1 to 3 on lower settings, and I think that's worth my attention. If you check Aussie Kiwi, you can see that price has reacted on a major resistance. I had a trend line break and price is going short. On my daily, it's a really nice retracement. It's not the first one, of course, but that's okay. I have the room. It might be kind of a late, but if price wants to continue, I will have at my disposal 120 pips. And the only thing that I would need to do is practice patience. So you see here many people are getting confused, because what we have is a crossover and the 1 to 3 information to go long. So many people are asking, where should I go? Which direction, long or short? Everything starts from the weekly. Weekly is the boss and weekly is short. Remember, we always want to follow main trend. And on the daily, I have a big daily 1 to 3 exactly on my 36 EMA. So if someone wants to go long, you have to remember that this is a very powerful resistance. So if you get this 1, 2, 3, in order to go long, price will have to break that, and then you would have to go in lower settings or lower time frame to find a 1 hour 1, 2, 3. Always focus on clear breakouts. Don't get stuck into areas that doesn't give you a clear breakout and a clear direction. Now, on USD CAD, you have nothing to doubt about that price is going short. I have my reaction on a major resistance, I have my trend line, and I have the crossover of the EMAs. Price has the potential to go for this area, this area, this area. It has room to go. This is close to the reaction. And on my daily, before anything happens, I would love a daily retracement. It might take a whole week. It doesn't matter. We always wait for the price to do what we want it to do. And if we get a daily retracement, we will have something very powerful. And then we will have room for at least 200 pips. Why do I say at least? Because here we would have a weekly trend line break with a daily 1 to 3, which is a really powerful combination for long-term shorts. And with an entry, like I said, you could go for 300, 500, 800, 1000, or even further down. Nothing stops you. When going short, aim for the abyss. When going long, aim for the sky. Long-term targets. On Euro USD, we've been monitoring this even on the live room with Renkos again and again and again, and we want to go short. I have a reaction here. Price couldn't stay above. My 2-3 line is breaking, and I can see here that I have a very big range, and price has already entered on this range, and it has given me a 1 to 3. My 2-3 line has broken. This is a weekly chart, 600 pips to go. And on my daily, what you can do, you can see that this daily trend line has broken 1, 2, 3s. I don't have yet any crossover, but if I want to go a little bit aggressive, if you get a nice 4-hour retracement, you can go short. I would be okay with that, no problem. What you could do also is just minimize your risk. No harm done. All these things, all these strategies are at our disposal for us to be able to create a win-win scenario really quickly. And Aussie Yen, the last one. Aussie Yen here, if you go to your weekly chart, you will see I had some spikes, price has reacted, and I have a very powerful trend line. But also, I have a really nice excuse to go long with a bounce. I will create my win-win scenario within this distance, 150 pips, just in case price retraces and goes down again, and that's why I will do it really quickly. But I will not close everything, because if this is the beginning of the bounce, I will have my win-win within 150 pips, and my last position will go for 1,400 pips. Don't get scared for all these numbers. It's just a number. No problem. If you create your win-win scenario within 150 pips, which sounds easier, you would have nothing to lose by staying in the trade. It will be a stress-free trade, and the only thing missing would be patience. I know it's not easy, but please try to do it. And this is a good scenario. You switch to your daily, and you can see that now on the daily, I don't have the crossover yet, but everybody's thinking about it. Because what you see here, it's traders. It's not the market. This represents traders. And on the 4-hour chart, what you can do is draw your line and draw your trend line and draw your resistance. So it's a breakout strategy. What you can do is you can follow a breakout strategy, ideally going long, because price broke my support area, but then went back inside. So as soon as I get an opportunity going long, I'm doing it. I'm going long, but wait for a nice retracement. You can see if you extend this, you will see multiple touches. That's why we want this to be broken, because we always need a clear direction. Yeah, these are the pairs that I think look much more better than the other ones. Thank you very much, and see you again tomorrow in our live room. Bye bye everybody. Have a beautiful week.